Good morning, everyone. Now, today's topic is case study based questions. Let us do some case study based question. So, here in this topic, that is the solid state, one case based study question is the solid is that form of matter which possesses rigidity. We all know the solids are the rigid, and hence if the rigidity is there, it means they have definite volume and shape. Because of the rigidity, we know that the volume and the shape both are definite, and if intermolecular forces are greater than thermal energy, intermolecular forces, we all know very well that intermolecular forces means when two particles are joined together, so the force of attraction in between these two, that is known as the intermolecular forces. So if the intermolecular forces are greater than thermal energy, substance exists as a solid. Substance exists as a solid, and solid can be classified into two types. The solids, we all know very well, the solids are classified into two types. The first one is the crystalline. The first one is the crystalline solid, and the second one is the amorphous solid. Amorphous solid. We have already studied about the crystalline solid as well as about the amorphous solid. We have studied their properties, their the characteristic and property of both crystalline as well as amorphous solid. So the crystalline solid and amorphous solid are the two category of the solid. Crystalline solid have a regular orderly arrangement of the particle. We all know very well, and they have a definite geometric shape, they have a sharp melting point, and they have a definite heat of fusion, and they are anisotropic and undergoes clean cleavage. And on the other hand, if we are talking about the amorphous solid, so the amorphous solid means there is no regular arrangement, there is no regular arrangement of particles. There is no regular arrangement of particles. It means they have irregular shape, melt over a range of temperature, they do have no definite heat of fusion, and they are isotropic and undergo irregular cleavage, whereas this one undergo regular cleavage and this one undergo irregular cleavage. Ionic solid, molecular solid, and covalent solid. Ionic solid, molecular solid, covalent solid, and metallic solid are the type of crystalline solid. We have already studied these type of the types of the crystalline solid. So our the case study is, the topic for the case study is the solid. The solid is a form of a matter which possesses rigidity and hence no definite shape, no definite volume. The solid is of two types. One is the crystalline solid and another one is the amorphous solid. In the crystalline solid, there is a regular arrangement of the particle. In amorphous solid, there is no regular arrangement of the particle. So this is the topic of our case. This is our case study. Now there are some questions related to this case study. The first question is, solid A is very hard. Solid A is very hard, and it is a electrical insulator. Solid A is very hard, it is a electrical insulator in the solid as well molten state. Solid as well as in the molten state, So mention the type of solid. Now here, on the basis of this case study, the first question is, solid A is very hard. It is an electrical insulator in solid as well as molten state. Now you have to mention the type of the solid. Now we have studied that the crystalline types of the crystalline solid. The one is ionic solid. The second one is the molecular solid. The third one is the covalent solid, and the fourth one is the metallic solid. So you have to find the answer from these four. So we know that it is now it is clear that is electrical insulator term is used, that's why it's not a ionic solid. It is very hard. It acts as an insulator in the solid as well as molten state. It melts at very high temperature. So the answer will be covalent solid. The answer will be covalent solid. And the covalent solids are also known as network solid. The covalent solids are also known as network solid. So this is the first question based on this case study. Now come to the next question. The next question is about polythene. That is about polythene. Now the question is, the polythene which is used for making the polythene bag, the polythene which is used for making the polythene bags is a crystalline, is a type of a crystalline solid, or it is a type of a amorphous solid. Now this is the second question. The polythene which is used for making the polythene bag, it is a type, is it a crystalline solid or it is a amorphous solid? Now we all know very well, because we have studied the topic polythene earlier, that polythene is a polymer. Polythene is a polymer, and we have studied the characteristic of the crystalline solid as well as amorphous solid. Now we have to find out on the basis of the property of the polythene that polythene belongs to the crystalline category or it belongs to the amorphous category. So polythene is a polymer and it is amorphous. It is amorphous in nature because mostly the crystalline solid possess a regular orderly arrangement and shine. They possess a shine. But in polythene, it is a polymer and it doesn't have any shine. So it belongs to the category amorphous. So this is the answer of that question. Now, on the basis of this case study, the third type of a question is sodium metal. The sodium metal is quite soft. The sodium metal is quite soft. But NaCl, that is sodium chloride, NaCl, that is sodium chloride, is quite hard. Why? The sodium metal is very soft. Sodium metal is very soft because we know that the sodium and the potassium metal are the softest metal. They are the exceptional case in the category of the metal, and we can easily cut the sodium metal with the help of the knife or with the help of our nail. So the question is, sodium metal is very soft, but when the sodium metal combined with the Cl, it forms sodium chloride and it became hard. So what is the reason behind it? Now here you have to mention the reason, because this thing we know very well. Sodium is softest metal. It is very soft. NaCl is very hard. We know very well. But here we have to assign, we have to give the reason. So the reason for that is, that is in case of the sodium metal. First of all, let us discuss the case of the sodium metal. In sodium metal, the atoms are held by the metallic bond. Because it is a metal, so in between their atom, the metallic bond is present. So in case of the sodium metal, the atoms are held together by the metallic bond, and we know that the metallic bond is weak. We know that the metallic bond is weak. That's why we can easily cut the sodium metal with the help of a knife or with the help of our nail. Now the next part is, that is NaCl, that is sodium chloride. It is hard in comparison to the sodium metal. Now look at the case of the sodium chloride. It is formed when Na plus and Cl negative combine. When Na positive, Na cation and Cl anion combine together, then we get a NaCl. Now we know that this one is the positive and this one is the negative. It means it is a ionic compound. It is made by the ion. It carries the charge. So it is the ionic compound in which the oppositely charged sodium ion and the chlorine ion, that is sodium ion and the chlorine ion are held together by strong electrostatic force of attraction, because in between the positive ion and the negative ion there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction. And if there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction, so definitely it is quite hard. So this is the reason why the sodium, we have heard many times that sodium metal is the soft metal. But what is the reason behind the softness? And the reason behind the softness is the atom of the sodium metal are held together by a metallic bond, which is a weaker bond. But in case of the sodium chloride is formed by the combination of the sodium as a cation and chlorine as a anion. So the sodium contain the positive charge, whereas the Cl contain the negative charge. When the positive and the negative charge combine together, such type of a compound are known as the ionic compound. And there is a ionic bond is formed in between the NaCl, in between the sodium chloride. The bond is ionic bond, and we all know very well that ionic bond is very hard bond. It is very strong bond because it is formed by the combination of the positive and the negative charge. So the ionic compounds are there. It is an ionic compound. In between them, the strong electrostatic force of attraction is there, and if there is a strong electrostatic force of attraction, definitely it is quite hard. So that is the reason. Now the another question based on the given case study is, what type of interaction held the molecule in polar molecular solid? So in polar molecular solid, mention the type of interaction. Mention the a type of interaction. Now the answer for that is, now here we have written the term polar molecular solid. Now we know very well what is a polar molecule. Polar molecule means which contain the positive and negative charge. The polar molecule is formed, or the polar compound is formed, or the polar molecular compound is formed when the atom possesses, the compound possesses the positive and the negative charge. So such type of a solid is known as the polar molecular solid. For example, HCl. In case of the H, there is a positive charge, or in case of the Cl, there is a negative charge. H positive charge, whereas Cl, it has a negative charge. So HCl is a type of a polar molecule, and behind the polar nature, we know that one factor is used, and that factor is known as electronegativity. That factor is called electronegativity, because electronegativity is the tendency to attract the shared pair of electron towards itself. So in case of the polar molecular solid, now the question is, in polar molecular solid, what type of interaction will be there? So in polar molecule, we know that now it is clear that polar molecule is formed by the positive and the negative ion. Because of the electronegativity different, so definitely there will be a dipole interaction. There will be a dipole interaction. Now the dipole word is used for two pole. Dipole means two pole. We know that two poles are, one is the positive and terminal, and other one is the negative terminal. So this is the answer. The polar molecule possesses the dipole interaction. Now the next question based on that case study based question is, it is that diamond, we all know diamond is the hardest substance. So diamond and rhombic sulfur, diamond and rhombic sulfur both are covalent solid. Diamond and rhombic sulfur both are covalent solid, but we know that this one has the high melting point, whereas the melting point of the rhombic sulfur, that is low. Rhombic sulfur is lower. Now what is the reason behind it? Diamond and the rhombic sulfur both are the covalent solid. When they both are the covalent solid, so why there is a difference in their melting point? The diamond has the high melting point, whereas the rhombic sulfur has the low melting point. The main reason behind the difference in their melting point is that the diamond has a three-dimensional covalent structure. So in case of the diamond, the strong interatomic force is present. The diamond is a three-dimensional covalent solid. Diamond is a three-dimensional covalent solid with strong interatomic force. Whereas rhombic solid, we have already studied the structure of rhombic solid. that the structure of rhombic solid is this one. This is the structure. This is the structure for the rhombic solid. This is the structure. This one is these are the sulfur. These are the sulfur, and that is known as the puckered. It is puckered ring. That structure is called puckered ring structure. So in case of the rhombic sulfur, the structure is puckered ring structure, and it is a one-dimensional covalent solid. It is a rhombic sulfur is a one-dimensional covalent solid consisting of a puckered ring structure where the 8 carbon atom are present in the ring, and these are this one is the here weak van der Waals forces, and they are attached with the weak van der Waals forces. Therefore the rhombic solid possesses the low melting point in comparison to the diamond, while they both are the covalent solid.